Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my esteemed subscribers. You are all loved, celebrated, and appreciated. Today, I want us to be more spiritual. So this will be very, very spiritual, and if you might not be comfortable with it, you can just go by so that it doesn't affect your day or make you feel somehow. Right now, I want us to talk about this whole funeral. Your Majesties, when I die, I do not want to be taken to the mortuary to anymore. When I die, I want to be buried immediately. I've written this in my diary, and some persons see me like, oh my goodness, what is wrong with her? I say it. I say it. I say when we have interaction with maybe some people close, I'm like, I don't want to go to the mortuary. When I die, please, I don't even need a casket. Put me in the ground. Allow me to rest in peace. Now, most of us, we don't see anything wrong with this. We are of nature. Now, what kind of example am I going to give you? Whatever the nature feels, whatever the earth feels, that's how your body feels. If the earth feel pain, you feel pain because you are coming from earth, you're coming from the soil. You know, when the weather is so dry, for some of you who have been noticing, when the weather is so dry and when the weather is so dry and cracking, just take a look at yourself. Your skin will be dry and cracking as well. It happens many times to me. And that gives more affirmation that we are more connected to nature than we think. And to seasons. Our body, the way our body changes is connected to the seasons and everything about nature. So I don't see the reason why when I die or I take my last breath, you go and tie me in one place, one room, and they inject me with different chemicals. Turn me into something else. Sometimes they harvest people's organ. Tell me, how would that spirit rest well? How would that spirit rest well when we have tampered with everything about the being, of that person? And then after some after 3 months before they bury. Why? Why? All my life, as I was growing up, I have never liked the idea of dying and going and put in mortuary. I've been saying this all my life. And I'm happy that I have people who think the same. Now I come from, of course, I know that I have a connection with the ancient ones. This is something that lots of people have said to me. And also I know within me because I feel the connection. And when you have a connection with the ancient ones, there are things that happen now that everybody feels is normal that will never be normal to you.
Funeral is a ritual. Funeral. Funeral. The white funeral. Let me call it the white funeral. It's a binding ritual. That process where when you die, or let me say when you leave this physical plane, they take your bodies to the morgue to store it there. They remove your heart and your intestines and a whole lot, and they zip you back again. It's a ritual. It's a binding ritual. And that process is an energy that is used to feed a deity. The deity that is behind whatever we are seeing today. So you realize that sometimes they take the morgue sometimes to the church. Sometimes they have been seeing it, and sometimes to even the religious, people, the Yahweh conscious people, they come and then they come and pray on the casket. So they are all agents. They are all agents. But they themselves, they don't know. They don't know that they are agents of rituals. It's not their ritual. Oh. They are agents of someone's ritual. So they are working for the reptilians. They are working for some aliens. They feed on these parts. They feed on it physically, energetically, if not physically, energetically, they feed on that energy. That process where that person's body is being cut and the intestines removed, they are all part of the rituals. So me, this type of funeral shouldn't happen to my body. My soul hates it. That process where that body has been kept in a morgue, cut open into two, and then the things are removed and they are in the fridge. Our ancestors were not living like this. Hey! Sometimes the ancestors, they've been doing that too. They'll be like, hey, where has this word got into? Sometimes I do say it because I am an ancestor. So I'm telling you how the ancestors are feeling about situations. Death was sacred. When someone leaves this body, they don't go through this. They understood that the body came from the earth. So they don't waste much time with the body. The body has to go back. There is no casket. If it is the ground, then you go deep and then covered and you become one with the earth. So energetically, on nature's level, you living out of your astral body, living out of this physical body means that now your body has become a natural offering to the earth because it's an ecosystem. Okay, and sometimes things have to die for some things to feed. Okay, so when it enters the earth energy, it becomes one, the body becomes one. So that was what our ancestors were doing. So even if we have devolved and devolved and devolved, this should have been the end, where the person's body goes deep into the earth and covered. Once we know that the person is done, the person is done. But now, no, we have accepted someone's world. Being done here, dying here doesn't mean you are dead. It's the 3D calling it dead, but you are not your body. Your ascended body is what you should know, or your body that will your astral body that will ascend, that you should know, because actually there are some astral bodies that will descend into the lowest vibration side of the energy, because they created that reality when they were on it. They gave their energy. They weren't living themselves. They allowed themselves to be under a spell of Yahweh consciousness. So when you go to church, don't think that you are going to a place called heaven and walk on gold. Oh, don't let anybody lie to you. Your energy will determine your state you will create. You are your energy. So when you come to connect with yourself, that is where spirituality comes in. It means you are knowing yourself. So even when you are out here, you are in charge of your astral. When you see the 4Ds, you see them. When you see the reptilians, you see them. But they can't come because the vibration you have created, all of them, the Divine Mother has they will all see destruction. The destruction we are talking about, we are talking about the earth resetting. It's a destruction to them. The earth reset is a destruction to them. And it has started 2024, the Hurricane Katrina. Look at the nice name they are giving to the Hurricane Katrina. And a lot of things, floodings will be happening. There will be floodings in Europe and America. Floodings will happen, yes. Floodings will happen in some countries. In some there will be flooding. A powerful flooding, yes, you will see them. Shield yourself, shield your energy. That's why you need energy work. If you are not in nature, you need energy work, so that you always be at the right place at the right time. Funeral is a ritual. I'm telling you the truth. Whatever they do, and they come and sing some binding songs. It's a consciousness. Different father, and they'll be drinking. Oh, Kwesi, they are all part of the spell. They are all parts. If you are spiritual, death also means living to you. So the word death is a spell. You don't die, you are an energy. Understand that now before. Or else when you come out of your body, you'll be like a stranger. Hey, what is happening? I've left my body. Hey, I've left my body. The moment you start doing that, you are projecting fear in your soul. Then the lower entities, yes, one of them, under the Yahweh consciousness, he doesn't know himself. He has lived in a certain consciousness. So right now we can manipulate him. We can create something for him right now. Hey, I am your God. Come here. Then you will go. Then they'll go and bind you there. You think it's a joke. When you meet him in the Astral and you call me, I'll tell you why. For what? For what? Do you know me? Nothing can control you unless you give that thing permission, whether on the physical or on the astral. That's why in your dreams, sometimes you become bold and you beat people. They are all astral experiences, defining how astral feels. So working on yourself here today matters a lot. Don't play with yourself. Don't become in and be trapped in media entertainment. You should understand that life is beyond the 3D.
Your Majesties, it's unfortunate that what most people see as a befitting burial is not befitting spiritually. What we hold in high regard in this life is useless in the spiritual realm. What we think we know so much, the knowledge we have and think, oh, we are the ones on top, we are the ones ruling the world. In the spiritual realm, you know nothing. And this is how it is. This is their life. A lot of people go to churches or have all these organizations because they want to, so that when they die, they can have people to take them to the mortuary and prepare a befitting burial for them. That's why they join most of these things. And then when someone dies and the person is just buried that way, and we look at it, oh my goodness, this is not a befitting burial. How can the person's spirit rest in peace? The person will rest so much with the creator of the universe. You know, while I was growing up and I have thoughts like this, I don't see reason why you go put somebody in a casket before putting the person in the ground. Because I'm like, the person will decay anyway. So why are you wasting the person's time? To the point where I realized that it's because of who am I that I have the thoughts that I have and I feel the way I feel. And it's normal. But it might seem abnormal to some people who are not in touch, who will not understand. So I became happy when I began to see people having the same mind like I am, but we are few. We are very, very few, Your Majesties. Now, there is a lot of rituals done, and we are all involved in this ritual, unknowingly. Unknowingly. There are some that we know we go to do it, even when our spirit tells us, don't go practice this thing. We go and say, okay, this is what we have to do to be, so we'll be seen as holy people. We go to do these things. But there are some of these rituals that we are involved, practically involved, directly involved, that we don't know. There are forces manipulating everything in nature against us that we don't know about. There are forces. I have been saying this, that the world is more spiritual than we think. The world is more spiritual than we know. Don't think things just happen and that is the end. There are people that know these things, so they are using it and manipulating you because you don't want to study more, you don't want to learn more. Like I said it, I don't want anybody to interfere with my passage. When I die and it's confirmed I'm dead, please, I don't even need a casket. It's written in my diary. I don't need a casket. Put me in the ground, let me go in peace. It's not by inviting heaven and earth. It's not by giving me a casket of how many million to show that, say, okay, I've made it in life. No. Those things are not important. Now there are lots of cultures that have even taken advantage of this now, because of course it's not even of the spirit. So a lot of people take advantage of this. There are some elders in the village that they are destined to frustrate the children of especially parents who are gone. Or you have to buy 20 goats, 20 cows. You have to buy 100 and so whatever chicken. You have to buy how many cartons or crates of beer. They don't care. They frustrate the children. The children go borrow money just to do all these things. And they'll tell you it's not the ways of our ancestors. It's wickedness of people. When people die and they are confirmed dead, bury them so they can rest in peace. What do you think? Leave your comments and thoughts there at the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.